Hello everyone, my name is Diana and I have 12 tips for you that is going to make it easier for you to travel around in Thailand and things you should know before you book your trip. The first thing you should know is when is the best time to travel Thailand. So Thailand has two seasons, rainy season and dry season. Rainy season is from July till October and dry season is from November till February. So I would recommend to travel around during dry season. And the best time to travel Thailand is actually in December and January because in those months, rainy season has just left. So everything is very luscious and green, and the waterfalls have loads of waters, but you don't have any rain anymore. And it's also not too hot, as in later on into dry season. It gets really hot in Thailand, so it's almost hard to travel around in extreme heat. So, perfect time to travel Thailand, definitely just after rainy season and just the start of dry season between December and January. Second important thing to know is how to get around in Thailand. So, the easiest way when you're already at your destination to travel around in Thailand is by Grab. Grab is an app for taxi, so you can get a car, a bus, or a motorbike Grab. You can just order it and it will pick you up from your destination and bring you to your next destination. It's the cheapest way to travel around by car, motorbike, or bus. And it's just very convenient because you can order it at any time of the day and they will pick you up. You can pay by cash or by card. If you have a credit card, you can put the credit card on your app. It's just really easy to order a Grab on the Grab app. So make sure you download the Grab app. And it's also very convenient because it doesn't get you into any trouble about like the amount you have to pay because the amount is just there and that's it. You don't have to try to get a cheaper price. It's just always the cheapest price basically that you can get. So download the Grab app to get around in Thailand. So I recommend the Grab app if you're already at your destination and you just need to get around that area. But if you travel long distance, I recommend going to the website want2goasia.com. Get you all the ways to travel from A to B. So if you're at a destination and you put your destination you want to go to into the website, it will show you all the ways how to get there. So it will show you all the taxis that go that day, all the buses, all the ferries, and all the plane tickets. And it will show you how much they cost too. So it's really easy. You just have to put in the date, destination A and B, and it will show you a whole list of every type and kind of transportation they have on that day that will bring you from your destination to your next destination. The only thing you have to pay attention to is that it says instant confirmation, because then you get your confirmation straight away and know where they pick you up and drop you off and at what times. Very convenient. Want2goasia.com. My only big tip for want2go.asia.com is that you do book trips, for instance, by bus or train or whatever, where it says instant confirmation, because then you get an instant confirmation and you know straight away if you actually booked it, because some of them say confirmation in 24 hours and maybe it will leave you a bit stressed about, oh, so when am I getting my confirmation? But no worries, because there are loads of offers on there and most of the offers say instant confirmation, and you can just pay by credit card online straight away, and then straight away you'll get a confirmation on your email and see the exact location where they pick you up and drop you off. So want2go.asia.com, best website ever when you're traveling Thailand and you need to go long distance. And then last tip for transportation, if you're traveling in Bangkok, I recommend taking the metros. The metros are very cheap and it takes you from A to B very quick. Don't get a Grab when you're in Bangkok City. It will take ages. Like the traffic there, it's so busy. Cars are always standing still. You can get a Grab bike. It will get you somewhere quicker, but the quickest way to travel in Bangkok is travel by metro. It's very easy. You just ask the people behind the desk at the metro stations where you need to go, and they will give you a coin or a card, and you pay very cheap, very easy. And also no surprises, as in like standing in traffic for ages in your Grab car, which would be sad if you need to go somewhere and you want to explore. So the third thing I want to tell you about is visas. So for instance, I am from the Netherlands, I have a Dutch passport, and I know that if I go to Thailand, I get a single entry visa for 60 days. So I get into the country, they look at my passport, and they just give me a stamp in my passport, a visa on arrival. But I also know that some countries don't get a visa stamp on arrival, so you actually really need to check if you need a visa or not for Thailand. Most visas are 30 days. The Netherlands just got 60 days a few months ago. Um, so yeah, make sure you check that. And the official website to check if you need a visa and where you can get your visa is this website right here. So don't go to other websites, because most websites are going to make it more expensive for you because they do like all the extra stuff and ask it for you. So this is the only official website where you just pay for your visa and no other extra business. So that's it on visas. Okay, so tip number 4, an eSIM. So when I'm traveling, I prefer an eSIM instead of getting to the airport where I need to be and get a SIM card. Because if you get an eSIM, you can just download the app Airlo, and there you can get an eSIM from all the countries from all over the world almost. And you just pay for the eSIM, download it when you arrive at the country from destination, and you just have it. So you don't have to stand in a queue to get your SIM card, and you don't have to switch your SIM card, because I had so many times like I had to switch my SIM card and I lost my Dutch SIM card. So for me, Aerolo is the best way to change your SIM card, because you don't actually have to change it and you don't have to queue for it. It's very cheap and it's very easy. Just have a look on airlo.com. Just download the app. So, tip number 5, language. So, most Thai people actually speak very good English, I think. I had just some cases that someone didn't speak any English. But if you do want to communicate with a Thai person that doesn't speak English, use Google Translate. They actually use it themselves a lot, and it's just really easy. You just have to press a button and say what you want to say in English or Dutch, and it will translate it to Thai and it will speak for you too. And then, if the Thai person wants to say something to you, they can speak something into your phone and it will translate into Dutch or English or wherever
ส
you're
วัส
from.
ดีฉันชื่อได
So,
อา
if you
น่า
have
คุณสบายดีไหม
trouble communicating with some people that don't speak English, or you can speak English that well, use Google Translate. A it will open a whole new world for you, because you don't really have to speak English. And for Thai people also, if they can't speak English, which doesn't happen that often, because I always speak to Thai people that speak English very well, sometimes better than me. So download Google Translate. It will make it way easier. Most of them know it too, like what you're doing when you're talking into your phone. So it will make it easier for you. Try to use Google Translate. Tip number 6 is about scooter rental places. So every scooter rental place has a different rate. Um, but most of the time it's around $5 a day to rent a scooter. So a scooter rental place, most of the times, like every time I rented a scooter in Thailand, they ask for my passport as a deposit. So you give your passport and they give you the scooter, and when you give the scooter back, they will give you your passport back. So at the start, when I rented a scooter in Thailand, I thought it was a bit dodgy, because you do give your passport away. But I do get it because they need a good deposit for the scooter that you're renting. A Thai woman actually once said to me, like, I never lost anyone's passport, but I did lose scooters. And then it made a lot of sense to me. Like, oh, with scooters, I actually mean motorbikes. We say scooter in the Netherlands. But so, yeah, it makes sense. They keep a hold of your passport very well. They put it in a vault most of the times and they won't lose it. So, don't be afraid to trade your passport for a scooter or a motorbike. Tip number 7 is about food. So, what you need to know about Thai food is that it's very spicy. So, if you're not used to spicy food, don't say a little bit spicy or can I have spicy, because it's gonna really wake you up and burn your mouth because it's really spicy. I'm half Filipino, but most of the dishes in Thailand, when I said a little bit spicy, were more spicy than I thought they would be. On places where to eat. So I do recommend you to download the Michelin app on your phone because most places in Thailand have restaurants that are recommended by the Michelin guide, and all of those restaurants or street food places or expensive restaurants are really, really good, the ones that are recommended on the Michelin guide. But also don't be afraid to try street food. Don't eat street food that is like already made and you don't know how long it has been sitting there in the hot sun. But if you go to a stall that will make it, prepare it freshly in front of you, definitely don't be afraid to try it, because street foods in Thailand are like the best foods I've had ever had. There, it's like most of the time it's better than most restaurants I went to that had like high ratings on Google. So definitely try street food when you're in Thailand. I also recommend to go on Google ratings. So most restaurants that have good ratings on Google are really good. Like sometimes you have like one and you're just going to be like, that doesn't make any sense that it has so much good ratings on Google. But if you want to be safe, yeah, do look for good Google ratings, because if it has bad ratings, just don't eat there because maybe you will get food poisoning or whatever. And then now I'm going to say something horrible probably for most of you, but 7-Eleven is the biggest convenience store in Thailand and it has loads of very chemically bad foods for you, but it is like very interesting because they have loads of interesting products you can buy. It's not good for you, but it's definitely worth going to and trying some of the foods they do sell at the 7-Eleven. It is very interesting. They have loads, they have so many options, so definitely have a look and have a try. But if you want real good food, street food places are the best. Just make sure they prepare it freshly in front of you and you'll be fine. And it's very cheap too. So that's another plus. Okay, so tip number 8 is do not overpack for your travels in Thailand. Most of the time, you're gonna pack too much stuff and you'll just end up carrying it around. So don't overpack because it's really hot and you're probably gonna wear your bathing suit most of the time. And also, Thailand is very cheap. If you forgot something, like you can better buy it over there because they have all products over there. Like if you need sunscreen, shampoo, mosquito spray. I don't know, if you're cold, you can buy a hoodie. Most of the stuff is really cheap in Thailand. So don't overpack with the mindset, oh, I'm going to be afraid that I forget something, because it's Thailand. You have everything over there. If you forget something, you can just buy it. And most of the time, it's cheaper than back at home. So do not overpack because you will be miserable and carrying around your heavy backpack. And also, you are going to want to buy stuff when you're in Thailand because it's so cheap. It's amazing. You're gonna definitely shop and buy some stuff. Another reason you should not overpack for your trip to Thailand is that you can also just do your washing over there. So doing your washing in Thailand is very cheap. You just go to one of the washing places. They have signs everywhere like washing, whatever. And they most of the time when you bring in all your washing, like my whole backpack, most of the time it cost me like $5 US. And they do the washing really well. It always smells delicious and it's always folded, wrinkle free. You get it back in like a nice little pack, all folded and beautifully washed. So don't be worried about not having clothes because there are loads of washing places. You can also search them up on Google Maps and it will cost you $5 and they will you can pick it up like a day after and it will smell delicious and look like you brought it to a very expensive dry cleaner. So don't worry about washing. You can do it over there. Very cheap and very quick and very good. So I just told you, don't worry, they have everything in Thailand. But my tip number 9 is do bring a world plug. So I am from the Netherlands, so I have just a second. So I am from the Netherlands, so we have these plugs. Uh, these plugs they almost have everywhere, but the original Thailand plug is this plug, so the really tiny one. But if you're from the UK or Australia or whatever, bring your world plug because sometimes you don't have the time to buy a world plug, and your plug definitely won't fit in Thailand's electricity plugs. So if you have this one, you will be fine. If you have like a massive big one or the really tiny ones, just don't forget to bring one because after a long flight, you definitely need to charge your phone and stuff. And it will just be convenient if you straight away have it and don't have to search for it and buy it at a store first thing you arrive in Thailand. Tip number 10 is about money. So, I do advise you to get money out as soon as you arrive at the airport. Before you get money out at a random cash machine, I advise you to have a look at uh, different cash machines because they all have different rates you can get money out from, and they all have different maximum amounts of money you can get. So have a look at this list of different banks with different rates and choose which one is best for you. Another thing about cash, I do advise you to get cash out when you arrive at the airport because most things are paid in cash. So if you have like Grab transportation, you can just put your credit card on the Grab app and you can just pay with your credit card. But most restaurant and especially street food restaurants only take cash, like you can't pay with card. So it's always a really good thing to just have some cash on you. Okay, tip number 11 is about getting scammed. So, if it's your first time traveling to Thailand or like a foreign country, the chances you are going to get scammed like a little bit are high because the people that will scam you are going to act very friendly. But I only have one tip about this. If someone approaches you if a random person approaches you in a very friendly way and they have to offer you something, it's probably going to be a scam. So they're probably going to overcharge you or like take you to a temple and then that temple is closed because of like I don't know, because of a festival or religious reasons, and they take you somewhere else and they're going to show you around, and then at the end of the trip they're going to say it's going to be this and this much and you're definitely going to get over uh, charged and you have to pay loads of stuff. So just like Thai people are very open and friendly, but if a random person just really walks up to you and offers you something out of nowhere, it's probably going to be a scam. So just be aware of that. But overall, Thai people are one of the most friendliest people in the world. But you have scammers everywhere. You can't, like, I don't know, like it doesn't really say something about Thai people, but you have scammers everywhere all over the world, and you probably look like a tourist and act like a tourist, and they can see you're a tourist. So most people are like most scammers are gonna take advantage of that. So just be careful when random people come up to you with random offers. And my last tip is have respect for their religion. So Thailand is mostly Buddhist and they have a lot of beautiful temples over there, which you probably want to visit. Just make sure you're dressed appropriately. So wear trousers or a skirt that is longer than your knees and don't show your shoulders. Don't have a crop top on. Just stuff like that. Um, like sometimes you don't know, and there's a lot of signs actually outside of the temples that say uh, don't have bare shoulders, don't have a skirt or shorts shorter than your above your knees. So just make sure you're aware of that. Um, yeah, I mean, if you don't know, you don't know, but this is my tip to you. Like, they do prefer you dressing appropriately when you are visiting their beautiful temples, obviously. So, just so you know, it's appropriate to wear long trousers, long skirts, and shirts that go over your shoulders when you visit temples. Also, don't forget that if you want to go inside of the temple, always take your shoes off because that is just very disrespectful to go into a temple or walk on the temple with your shoes on. I don't know exactly why, but just don't do it. And then my last tip is just enjoy and have fun and uh, yeah, enjoy yourself. Thailand is a really, I've been to Thailand like 5 times already, and it's such a beautiful country and the people are so friendly, like one of the friendliest people I've ever met in different countries. So definitely enjoy yourself, don't be afraid to talk to someone because they are very very friendly, and don't be afraid to explore and try different kinds of foods and explore new places, non-touristic places, because Thailand is a safe country to travel. So these were my 12 tips that I can give you before you travel Thailand and while you travel Thailand. I hope this is helpful, and if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!